Hi everybody! I'm going to be out this week, so I wanted to give you some tips on how to get your work done. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to your classroom and make sure that you click on the classwork tab. I have everything laid out for you here in your week 5. The first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to do these in order, the way that I have them here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click this one that says Miss Lamb is out for the week. It just gives you an overview. I'm going to be out. I am sick with COVID, unfortunately. Remember your R's while I'm gone. We're respectful, responsible, ready, and safe. I look forward to being back with you guys soon. The next thing you're going to need to do is take a look at your bell work. Okay? You're going to have to write your prompt. I couldn't come in and print those. So you will have to write your prompt down. Your prompt this week is AI creativity. It says, can computers be truly creative? Consider AI-generated art, music, or literature and their impact on human creativity. By now we've all seen some AI art and the scary things it can do. And then here's your bell work template. It tells you what to do each day. This is not changed at all. It's all the same. And then you're going to have this one, which is really important. It says, read before attempting any assignments. Okay? This has two things. First, it has a video for how to do this assignment. And then secondly, it has how to submit your VEXcode VR assignments. This will be a universal truth for the foreseeable future. Okay? The first thing you're going to have to do is complete each level. I will show you how to do that in a moment. You will screenshot your code. You'll do that by hitting Control, Shift, and the Show Windows button. Complete all the levels. You will screenshot each level individually. And then in Google Classroom, you're going to click Add or Create. Browse those files. And then you're going to upload 3 screenshots. It should look something like this once you get it done. Okay? You should have 3 screenshotted images to submit. Looks just like this. Okay? Yours will be stacked up in a line. And then here's an example of a good screenshot of a code. Okay? I can see every line. It's done correctly and I can see it all. Okay? If you've cut it off and I can't see it, then it's not going to be a good example. Okay. So now I want to show you what the VEXcode VR even looks like and how we will get it done. So I'm going back to the classwork tab to week 5 and I'm going to our Monday assignment. Okay? It's got the full instructions here for you. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this. This is the instructions for each level on here. Distance Drive Challenge. And then I also want to go ahead and click on this link. This is going to take me to VEXcode VR. So this is a virtual reality robot that you will be learning to code. You're going to have some stuff pop up. You're just going to click off of it. We don't use any of that. You can say that you're a student if it asks. Okay, now any coding assignment that you do is going to have the same format, okay? It's going to have a playground. It'll tell you which playground you need to be in. It'll give you 3 levels of challenges, and it'll give you helpful hints, okay? Sometimes there'll be an extra thing down here for competitive challenges, but we're not going to be doing that today, as you can tell. So, first thing I want to pay attention to is the playground. So I'm going to go to my VEXcode VR, and I'm going to click Select Playground right here. Okay, and then I'm going to scroll down past the paid versions, and we are looking for Grid Map, which is right here, because this says our playground is Grid Map. So, Grid Map, select it. All right, and now I'm going to just tuck this away. I'm going to click the Hide button. Okay, I've got that, and then I'm going to move it. You can also just exit out of it. We don't really need it right now. It's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and just close out of it. All right, now it says for level 1, program the VR robot to drive forward 3 grid squares. Okay? So down here on the helpful hints, it says that each square in the grid map features measures 200 millimeters by 200 millimeters. Okay? So it's 200 millimeters long and 200 millimeters wide. And we want it to go 3 grid squares long. So 3 times 200 gives me 600 millimeters. So over here in my VEXcode VR, I'm going to click on this drive forward for so many millimeters block. I'm going to click it and drag it over and place it on this hat block when started. Okay? I'm going to put those together. And then it said 3 grid squares. And if 1 is 200, then 3 is 600. Okay? So, let's take a look. I can go ahead and hit, if I want to look and make sure he does the right thing, I'm going to hit the start button. So, he's going to be starting in this bottom left-hand corner on the first block. So, block 1. 1, 2, 3. So, he went forward 3. So, he started here at 1. So, he goes 2, 3, 4. He starts at 1. He ends at 4. He moved forward 3. Okay? So now, as part of how do I turn this in, I'm going to, on my keyboard, I'm going to press Control, and again, this is over here. Let me show you what it looks like. On this one where it says how to submit, it's right here. Control, Shift, Show Windows button. Control is the very bottom left-hand key on your keyboard. Shift is right above it. And then the Show Windows button is a little rectangle with 2 extra lines after it. So Control, back to my code. Control, Shift, Show Windows. And then I'm going to take a picture of just this little part right here. Okay. Now, I'm going to go do the second level. That's my first level, and my screenshot is in there. I need to do my second level now. My second level says, program the VR robot to drive forward 6 grid squares, turn around, and drive back 6 grid squares. So let's break that down. I'm going to drive forward 6 grid squares. So 6, and each one is 200, so 6 times 200 is 1,200, correct? If you said 1,200. I need to turn around, completely turn around, and then drive back 6 grid squares again. So to completely turn around, that is how many degrees? 180 degrees, okay? So I'm going to click this turn right for. Now I could also turn left. It does not matter which way I turn. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it at turn right. And I'm going to turn right for 180 degrees. So now I'm turning around and facing back the way I came. And now I need to drive forward again for 1,200 millimeters. So let's press play and see what he does on the playground. So he went forward the 6, he turned around back the way he came, and he went forward the 6 again. Okay, very good. So he did exactly what he needed to do. So again, I'm going to screenshot this by hitting Control, Shift, Show Windows. Okay, and it's got this box a little too small, so I'm going to make it bigger. I'm going to hit Capture in the center. So now I have a second screenshot. Okay. Now the third level I'm going to let you guys all do on your own. Okay, it says, program the robot to drive in a square. What are the angles, the angle measures inside a square? We know a square has all equal sides, and the angles are how many degrees? Think about that. Discuss it with a partner if you need to. I don't want to give too much away. And then he wants the sides to be 3 grid squares long. Okay? And then it says, what's the area of your square? Use a calculator or pen and pencil to find out. So I'm going to show you a couple things that you need to know for this. First of all, I want to show you a trick. Okay? So if we're doing something in a square, we're going to have to probably do the same thing over and over. Perhaps I'm going to have to drive forward some number, and I'm going to have to turn right some number of degrees. And I'm going to have to do that a few times. So let me show you how to duplicate, okay? I'm going to take this. I'm just pulling it over here just to make it easier to see. Nothing will happen if you don't put these on the when started block. You're not actually telling the robot to do anything if you don't. We have to attach it eventually. I'm just doing this to show you. So I'm going to use 2 fingers on my touchpad, 2 fingers, and I'm going to click with 2 fingers. And now I'm going to click duplicate. And it has duplicated that entire thing of code. Okay? I'm going to do that again. 2 fingers, duplicate, look. And it'll do that infinitely many times that you want it to. Okay? And then there's another trick I want to show you, okay? It wanted to know the area. Okay, so let's pretend this is not the correct code. Do not submit this. This is not correct. You will have to modify this to get the level 3 correct. But let me show you. I'm going to scroll down here on this menu of blocks, and I'm going to hit comments. These comments are just for the programmers, okay? This will not tell your robot to do anything. Like I could type in here, do a dance. My robot is not going to just do a dance, okay? This just is a note for programmers. And this comment block is where I want you to put the area of your square in, okay? So it says, if each side of it is 3 grid squares long, then it'll be some number of millimeters. And how do I determine the area of a square? Okay, it's side times side. Some people sometimes say length times width, but in a square, a perfect square, it's just side times side because they're all the same. So area is equal to so many millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's not correct, millimeters. Okay, and that's because it is area is equal to side times side. Okay, which is equal to however many millimeters. Okay, whatever number of millimeters you calculate. And then this is just a note for me to tell me what it is. Okay, so this will not tell the robot to do anything. That is just a note for programmers and readers of the program. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw all of this away. Just as a heads up, I will be watching you guys on GoGuardian. Make sure that you're only doing what you are supposed to be doing. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to send me an email or a chat through GoGuardian. Cannot promise I'll be able to answer since I am sick, but I will do my best. I'm trying to get as much work done as possible. And I really look forward to being in the classroom with you guys again. Bye-bye.